Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Oops. Uh, Welcome to my Tuesday photo editing live stream. Thanks for everybody joining me today. And I only got a handful of images today, so I may not put the 4-minute timer, or I may go over the 4-minute limit that I usually assign myself to each of these edits. Just a little bit. I won't get too carried away, but so we have a good small group here. Hi Neo, Lysippus, and Tetsuya Namba. Awesome. Greetings from Tokyo. It's always good to see you. I always like seeing people from non-English speaking countries because, I don't get too many. Um, and let's see. And Marked Wolf. Yeah, go ahead and submit something. I'll just download it after I finish the ones I have so far. Hey Serge, how are you? And I got lots of great edits. I gave you guys like a normal picture this time. Like it shouldn't have been too hard to edit. Uh, just some waterfalls, but I gave you that one because I used the live ND feature on that image. But I'll talk about that when we get to it. But let's go ahead and get to the edits here. And God Yutse is back. Awesome. Let's just start. And I think I saw one or two that were not Olympus cameras, so I'll have to pull up Lightroom for those, but we'll see. All right, first one here we have Neo. Gosh, this looks so much like Burke Lake to me, or Lake Braddock here where I live. It's a big lake with lots of trees. This is going to be awesome when the trees change colors, right? Okay, where's my timer? Let's see what we can do. Land, this is already perfectly exposed. What do we do here? This is Sony ILC7 with a Samyang 35 2.8 at f8. Awesome settings. So ISO 100 1/320th. So yeah, good settings. I think I need to straighten it. I'm going to go wider. So let me go a little bit wider first. Maybe even wider. Let's see. 16 by 7. Light tilt. Maybe not that much. I mean, it's probably level to start with, but it doesn't look level because this side is a little bit different. But yeah, that's pretty close. Maybe just a hair this way. I'm just eyeballing it. There we go. And we'll do a typical front and center type edit. I think. What if we do? Oh, I don't have any particularly interesting picture set. I wanted to do just vivid, but maybe that's too strong. Let me see if I can give this kind of I think I'm going to go monochrome. Because all we have is green and blue. We only have two colors. If I could pull in a third color from somewhere, I would, but I don't have, when I do colors, I like to see at least 3 strong colors, but I only see 2, blue and green. I mean, there's black and white also, right? The black's here and the clouds are white. But not in a way that I can really use them. And if you guys were in my last stream, I had a lot of mower noise and weed whacker noise. Now it's going to be blower noise. They have one of those big backpack blowers that blow grass everywhere. So that may come into the sound here shortly. Sorry, I'm just eyeballing the colors. I don't think I can use the colors the way I want to. So I'm going to go black and white. Then just cranked the haze all the way. Just to make it kind of dramatic. A tiny bit of clarity. About a 4 or 5 on the sharpness. And Let's put a red filter on to bring the blue skies down. Just a tad darker. There we go. Nice. Let me straighten it a little more. And oh, hey Marcus. Yeah, there's a link below in the not in the comment, but in the description. You'll see a link to submit. Let me work with the tone curve a tiny bit, and I think I'll be done. Yeah, it's a great reflection, right? I'm debating about these leaves down here, but let me just pull the blacks in a little more, and a sharp pull on the whites or midtones. Pull the blacks a little bit too hard. All right, time's up. So that's about 90% of where I'd want to go with this. So let's look at it before and after. And yeah, hard to see because this is such a wide shot. So I'll put it as a single image. But that's my edit there. I'd like to. Wow, this is a weird artifact right here. I don't know what that is. Did you do any brushing? But yeah, this is a beautiful shot, I think. I think, you could spend a little more time in Lightroom or something and really brush in and even out some of the shadows, but and make some of the other shadows a little harsher, like in the clouds, with a gradient filter, and that would be it. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, look at this guy. Start the timer. I think I like the colors in this. I think I'm going to go with the right side and have this lead up to the dog. This draws your eye towards the dog a little bit, more so than this one's sort of cutting it. So let me see if there's a way to crop this way that kind of keeps that distraction out or minimizes that distraction. Not really, not without bumping them up against the corner. A little tighter. Okay, good. And oh, let's look at the EXIF real quick. iPhone, cool, 1.8, ISO 32. All right. A pooch in a pooch, in a pouch. Yeah, sorry, Marcus. Can't submit from work, huh? Too bad. If you can email it to me, rob@robtrek.com, you can try and email it, maybe. If it won't let you go through the Google form, you can email it to me. Actually, this is faster. rob@robtrek.com. Try that, maybe. Okay, okay, I think I'm content with that crop. Let's see if we can make the colors work. I like pop art actually on animals. Yeah, there we go. Animal shots, the pop art really brings out the colors in the animal. Then see, this is from Tetsuya Namba. Do this. Add a vignette. Just to keep it on the dog, the attention. And we tack in about a 5 on sharpness. I wonder if I can accent the eyes a little bit, pushing the highlights. I need to do it with the luminance actually. I need to do luminance on the reds and see. Reds, maybe orange. What the heck color are his eyes? Not really bringing the eyes out much. This one helped a little bit. This purple is going to jack up the pouch though. Trying to, I mean, there's a lot of reds in there. No, that's not helping enough. So we'll leave that. I wish I could have brought the eyes out a little more. I couldn't do it with the tone curve. Let me try the red channel. I'll push it here a little bit. Just in the shadows? No. So we'll stay with that. All right, I think that's it. Let's do a very subtle edit, but basically I just made the colors pop a little more, add some contrast in the cropping. I think there's really two ways to go right. I can go from the right or the left, because when I'm looking at it, the left side actually does draw the eye towards the dog here as well. This bar was a little bit distracting to me. So there's some options there. I think actually the left side, let me just try the left side too. What if I came in really tight over here? The dog's eye in the middle. I don't know. I think my original edit was better. The original crop. Although this is more interesting because of what's going on in the background. Either way works for me, I think. I think either way works. All right, is Trevor here by any chance? Because I know you wanted to talk about this image. You didn't want me to necessarily edit it, so I'll come back to this one. If not today, maybe in another stream when Trevor's here, because he wanted to give me some history on this. And this is the same port that he's always taking a picture of. So I'll come back to this one when he's here. Ooh, some construction. Okay. So let me start my timer. And let's do a slight tilt this way. Okay. I think the crop is already pretty good. What's the EXIF data here? E410. Wow, with a 14-42 kit lens at f9. f9 is a little high. ISO 400. Yeah, you could have definitely went lower ISO, lower f-stop, and still kept the same shutter speed, I think. Or even a slower shutter speed. But on these cameras, they don't have IBIS, so the lower shutter speed is sometimes an issue. So you're close on the settings, I think. I think you could have definitely been f5.6 at ISO 200. And then you would have kept your shutter speed at 1/200th. I would have tried that. But anyway, is at my neighbor's house. No, this one is much cleaner. This one, he only has one bulldozer, crane, whatever this thing is. My neighbor has one of these and a bulldozer. Okay, let me get back to editing here. I like this mountain. Or this hill. Let me see, who's this from? John Follows, okay. This has got three really good colors in it. This brown, this blue-green, and this green. I wish these two colors were a little more contrasting, but man, this old camera, I got no color controls or anything like I would with a newer camera. Let's pull some dehaze, pull the sharpness, turn off the noise filter, and pull some shadows. This is an image I would have liked to have done a little bit of color grading to. But I just don't have any color controls. Gradation's good. And we have vivid. See what vivid looks like. Need a slight tilt. Some vignette. Oh, you're driving. Okay. Hence the shutter speed. That makes sense. That makes sense. So if I creep in, yeah, that makes sense. You would need at least 1/400th of a second if you're driving. Dang, there's not much else I can do. I have very limited color controls here. I wonder if I can shift a little bit with the tone curve. This is something I need to practice with, is shifting the tone curve. Let me work with the greens. Not much highlights, but pull it this way. The shadow's more green. Let's work with the blue channel a little bit to affect this thing. This thing is what, right? This thing is really high up on the thing. That more blue. Oh, time's up. Dang it. I really like more yellows here. Where is this? This is down here, so let me pull this up. I'm sorry, let me pull it down for more yellow. Right in there. All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh, very minor edit. Not too happy with that. I mean, it's a really interesting shot. I like this thing, and it's cropped perfectly. It's already framed really well, I think. I don't see any other way to frame it. But I would have really liked to be able to colorize it a little bit better. If I was better with the colors on the tone curve, I could have done it, but I'm not very good at working with individual colors on the tone curve other than minor changes. Usually I just use this color wheel, right, that we have. The adjust color. This is awesome if I can use it, but I can't use it on this image, unfortunately. Okay, Marcus, I'll look for it after I finish these. Oh, thanks, John. It's a good capture, though. Really good capture, but this poor editing on my part. Sorry. This is interesting. Man, it doesn't need pop art or nothing. Maybe just a little saturation and a little vignetting and a little bit of sharpness. So I'm gonna do that. What camera did we use here? EM10 Mark II with a 25mm Panasonic at f1.7, ISO 200, 1/12,000th. Wow. Wow. It was a pretty bright day. But I think good settings overall if you're going for a shallow depth of field. A little bit too shallow. This is out of focus. Maybe an f2.8 would have been there. Let me see if I can separate these colors a little bit, because this is brown, this is yellow, right? So if I crank up the reds, if I have access, oh, I don't have to adjust colors again. Let me dehaze a little bit and some clarity. Let me pull the red channel. Right? Yeah, everything is, these are up higher. So let me put a pin here to lock the yellows in. And let me see if I can push the reds a little bit. Let's try to separate that one. Ugh. Not working too well. Yeah, this is not working at all. Get rid of that. All right, let me pull the saturation back a little bit. Try a low key. Nope. Normal. I'm going to do a square crop. And about there. That. Push the highlights a little bit more. Okay. I think that's all I would do here. Just a tiny bit more in the vignette. Maybe you're funny, Tony. All right, I think I'm done. So let's do a before and after. So yeah, so the pine cone is obviously the subject here. So I just put that in the left thirds and cranked up the contrast. And when I did the contrast, I had to pull the color back a little bit. But yeah, I think this accentuates the subject and separates it to some degree. I couldn't really separate it by color like I would want. I pushed the reds a lot more, so I had to try and separate it with the contrast between the yellow. That's why at the end I kind of pushed the highlights a little bit more. Okay, Image Writer, thanks for sending that one. Thank you, John. But that was my goal, was to try to separate by highlighting it. All right. He's better than Tone. Write a book about what? Let's see. Wow, Lauren, Lauren always has the, Lauren's photography just, what's the word I'm looking for? Just works for me. I really appreciate his work in a way. I connect with his photography. Because, there's a lot of great photography out there that I don't like, right? Like uh, even though it's very famous and a lot of people, there's some diehard fans, you know what I mean, right? Like there's some photographs you connect with. Lauren's always, I always connect with. Uh, but anyhow, oh, where's my timer and stuff? This I'm gonna go wide crop. I think he sent one in like this before. I've seen this rock. He has 16 by 9. And yeah, it's very similar to 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I thought I saw this before. In JPEGs, I always have, let's see, so I have blue and brown and this little splash of red. I like this. So I have some reds that I can work with. So let me brighten up the reds, the oranges with the luminance. See if that brings them in a bit more. Yeah, Lauren is really good at capturing very punchy colors. And usually contrasting colors, not like complementary colors, right? Whoops. And I'm going to shift these colors here. This is red, green, blue. Oh, let's see what's over here. Mostly greens and blues on this. So let me try shifting the blues. A few more purple, magenta. I'm just doing some color grading today. Because it's already a good shot, right? So what can I do to make things a little more teal? All right. Let's saturate the yellows now. Oh, I'm on frickin' hue. Sorry. I didn't want to do that. I want saturation here and here. And the reds. And saturate the teal a little bit. And adjust the tone curve. Maybe soften it a little bit. Right there and here. A little bit softer. Okay, and sharpness. Ooh, too much. About a 4. I didn't do a good job with the teal. All right, I think I'm done. That's all this needs. A little too hard on the teal. All right. Oh, I'm out of time. All right. All right, so let's leave it there. So, but before and after. So basically, I tried to accentuate sort of a teal and orange a little bit to make it a little more cinematic looking. You can see it on the boats here, and a little bit here. I'd like to have a little more contrast on this mountain because it's a little soft compared to the rest of the image. Maybe just a tiny bit of the haze. try. But I can do that without jacking up the rest of the image. All right, so let's look at that. That's my final edit. So yeah, I think that came out well. I like my little color job I did on it. I mean, it's probably nothing like it was if you were there, right? It's not a purist type edit, but okay. Let's go to the next one. What is this? What am I looking at? Oh, God. At first I thought I was looking like at a koala bear. You know, like this looks like a tree a koala bear would be in, but these are just little chickies. This must be Deb. Yeah, because Deb sent a bird picture in the other day. Oh, Chelsea. You guys are talking about Tony and Chelsea? Man. Yeah, that's the only reason I don't like Tony is because he married Chelsea before I did. I would marry her in a heartbeat, but she's married with kids, so my bachelor days are over, I think. Oh, all right. Oh man, I wasted a minute there talking about Chelsea. Like I said, pop art usually works well for animals, but I'm not sure it would work too. Yeah, it works well here. Okay, good. And let's add the sharpness in. What did she use on this? EM5 Mark II with 12 to 40 Pro. Man, you're getting really close to these birds, huh, Deb? I mean, how do you get that close to a bird without them, you know, the mother bird attacking you? Oops. Some vignette. And let's back the saturation off a bit. And let's add some contrast with a standard S curve here. A little bit more in the mid-tones. And let's look at a square crop so we can put this on Instagram. A little bit tighter. So now I have this branch coming out of the corner going up to here. I'm not crazy about this part though. Can I do that without jacking it up? Yeah. There we go. And let's look at the sharpening because I have a minute here. See if we can do a little more on the sharpening. So I'm going to do my usual 1 pixel and threshold. Perfect. Maybe a little higher on the threshold. Let's try. Yeah, there we go. 10 is right. Maybe a little less actually. Maybe a 7. Yeah, perfect. And a little less color. Actually, probably just need to cool it off a bit because the picture is a little bit too warm. Let's try about a 4800. That feels too cold. 4900. Yeah. And let's just pull this yellow off a little bit. Like, oh, I don't have individual color controls. So, yeah, John, you'd say I'd like to pull this yellow back a little bit too, but I don't have. So I had to do it with white balance. I don't have adjust color. Let me try 4850. A little heavier on the vignette. And time. All right. The saturation's still a little bit strong. Let me just pull it back this way. Give that a chance to render. But the main thing was bringing out the crop and the sharpness on this. But I think that's a good edit overall. Another simple edit, relatively speaking. I think I overdid it though, a little bit with the pop art. Maybe if I had to take the pop art off and just increase the saturation instead, that would have been better. Okay, it's a great shot though, and we did capture the detail in the leaves and in the feathers and stuff. So I think that came out. All right, let's check Lightroom to see if there was any other images. Well, actually, let me look at it here. Yeah, there's a couple. There's one, two. There's two more images here from another camera that I have to use Lightroom. And then I'm going to download the other image too. So where's Lightroom here? Let's give that a second to load. Close this down. All right. Synchronize this folder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download, I'm going to go to my email and see if that other picture came in from Marcus. I think it was Marcus. Oh, I don't see it yet. Let me do one more thing, see if I can bring it in this way. Yeah, I got one. All right, I got a hit here from Marcus. So here are two photos to edit. Okay, so download this one to here. These are JPEGs though. Okay, I got them, Marcus. Let me resynchronize this. All right, so I still need to do, looks like this one, this one, this one, this one, oh, and this one. All right, so let's start here. Oh, sorry, screen, thank you. There we go. So we'll start here. Marked wolf. Oh, let me check. I'm sorry, Mark. Let me check. One more. Let me check. Please submit. I think so. It's a frog, right? Is it a frog? So download to... Yeah. Oh, the frog is Chuck's. Okay, I don't see yours. Who, who was asking? Marked Wolf. The long exposure night shot. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, let me go back here. All right. I have Jean Grac. Yeah, sorry, I don't see yours here. All right, let's just edit these. I'll look for it towards the end. Since we have some time, I don't think I've even been streaming an hour yet, right? So we have some time. Hit the develop key. And we shot this at ISO 320, 62 millimeters at 4.5. Okay. This looks good. So we have these browns and greens, two colors, and a little bit of accenting here. Let me see what black and white looks like. I mean, as a color image, this is pretty close. I would just fix the white balance a little bit, maybe like this. Just a touch. And oh God, you guys can't see that at screen. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, let's start over. So I'm looking at this. All I did was touch the white balance a little bit, but that didn't do much. Any chance? I'm sorry, guys. A little off my game today, huh? Let's try and white balance it with this bucket here. And add some contrast. Pull the blacks a little. Bring in the highlights a tiny bit. It's a JPEG, so I'm not going to have a lot of wiggle room. Tiny bit of clarity and texture. And some vignette. Bring it in a little bit, feather it out. And push the shadows a tiny bit. All right, so, you know, in black and white, this looks good. And then in color, I think this looks good. So let's do a comparison. And yeah, very subtle change, right? Let's full screen it and see what happens. I think this is beautiful the way it is. All I did was basically increase the contrast and tweak the white balance a tiny bit. And then if I do it in black and white, I think just as powerful an image. Either way, you know, depends what mood you want to go for, right? Like, did you guys see his Peter last video? Like, he talks about feelings, you know? Peter Forsgaard, that is. You know, this is a little bit happier, brighter image. This one's a little more melancholy, right? So I think that's awesome, though. So very subtle, very subtle. Oh, thanks, Lysippus. Can you dry it and set light to it? I just got that. Oh my God. All right. Let's go to the next one. This is from Tanner. Okay, Tanner Secker. Olympus 14 to 42. Kit lens. Awesome. I've done this one before. Yeah, I've done this one before. I don't know why it's here again. It must be a mistake. All right. Chuck Eckert. Olympus 12 to 50. I should probably do this in workspace, really, because this is an Olympus camera. So let me do this. All right, can't see the screen. Let's see, where's the frog? Here. All right, so you know, frogs, animals in general, just the pop art filter always works with them. And I mean, most of the time, right? I like this reflection in the bucket. I think framing wise, I think we're good. I just need to, there's a tiny bit of noise here. Let me see if I have any noise reduction. Where is it? Would be here. Let me turn this to medium or standard. See if that'll pull off some of this noise. Really didn't. Try it this way. I never figured out what these things are for. I'm just trying too hard. All right. Put the sharpness back in. And standard 1 pixel. Let's try 8. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to do a square crop. Just focus on that reflection and this frog. And a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's it. Some vignette and I'm done. A little more. All right. Not much else I need to do here. And I did it under time. We'll just give that a second to render. Okay, it's done. And this is why I like to use Olympus Workspace on Olympus images, because I can throw a pop art on it. For animals in general, I found pop art really brings the colors out. The only thing I could do better in Lightroom is maybe work with the noise a little bit, because there's some color noise in it when you crop in this close, but otherwise it looks really good. Okay. Let's go back to Lightroom. Yes, it has some meme potential, right? Because this was a JPEG. And unknown, but 4x3, 16 megapixel image. It's a little bit out of focus, I think. Yeah, you missed focus. So let's do black and white and add some grain. And that'll take care of our focus issue, right? So where's my grain? There it is. Do some grain. Use large grain. There we go. And you know, film, we can go a couple of, you know, this has this film look now. Typically film is not too contrasty. So let's, film doesn't normally blow out highlights either, so I need to bring that here. We're going to increase sort of the softness of the image. Maybe I can just do it with contrast. Let me see. Yeah, that's easier. All right. And let me see where the colors are. We have browns and greens. So if we put a green filter on this, we would get brighter greens. No, let's do darker. Let's do brighter. Yeah, let's brighter greens. Separate the subject a little bit. And we have a blue shirt. So let's make the blue darker. So add some vignette and I'm done. I forgot to turn the timer on. Sorry guys. But this is not a 4-minute edit anyway. Where's my vignetting? I can do it this way. It's more of a lens vignetting issue though. But old cameras have that kind of look to it. It's a little bit too contrasty. Let me pull the blues up. And then frame wise, I think we're good. Maybe just a little off the top. Like so. Let's pull the grain off a little bit. Just a roughness. All right. I'm done. So, I mean, it looks good in color too, but then because it's blurry, I decided to go black and white. Because, not blurry, but focus has been missed. So I just decided to go black and white. And I didn't want to go too punchy on the contrast because of, you know, I was going kind of that film look. And film usually isn't that contrasty unless you buy real contrasty film. But generally the film, black and white film I've shot with has been low contrast. And then I kind of faked the filters on it. But yeah, I'm not a portrait photographer, so I can't offer any critique on how this would be better. But I saw some comments on here about their eyes are looking the wrong way and stuff. So, you know, if there's any good feedback you can give to improve this composition wise, just feel free to chime in because I'm not really a portrait guy. So it looks great to me, honestly. But, you know, you guys might have a little more critical eye for this kind of photography. Yeah, we forget about the misfocus anyway, right, Neo? I agree. Okay, so, oh man, what button did I just hit? I don't like this. All right, let's go to the next one. I'll turn the timer on. This one. Supernova. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm looking at. It almost looks like a robot hand coming out, but then I see people's feet here. I think, and there's a little bit of texture in the sky. So let me see what I can bring up, but there's so little data. Let me see if the haze brings any of the sky in. Yeah, a little bit, but then it jacks it up too. Uh, I'm gonna really punch the contrast on the color here. Okay. Now let me shift. I need to pull back on the purple and magenta a little bit. Go with the oranges. Yellow. Brighten those up. That's that. The highlights back, more shadow. I think a square crop again. Or this way. And this is from Jan Grek Salvik. Canon, I guess. VR2, right? Canon RAW. I feel like there's a little bit of noise in here. Let's get rid of that. Where's my noise? Mostly color noise. Noise reduction. Smooth it out. Sharpen it, but then mask it. About there. Oh. Okay. Is that fringing? Let's see if we can get rid of that fringe. No, it's not really fringing. But what if I do this? Nah, that's not helping. All right, I think. I mean, I'm. Oh, I'm out of time. I'm debating if if I should have left the tree in, right? So let's do a before and after. Because the tree gives a little context of the scale, right? That this is way up in the air. So that's the only thing I feel I have mixed feelings about. But the edit I think is okay. It brings out just enough brightness, but you still know it's kind of nighttime. I think this works. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. This is from, this must be, I think I saw a couple letters here. Yeah, Dawood Walnick. I wonder if this is Dawood himself. Without the tree, more of an abstract feel, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's I don't know why square crops are working today, but I'm really I'm really digging the square crops today. We're going very tight. That's too tight. I would need a 3x2. Maybe not. Square crop is not going to work today. Oh, my timer, sorry. Not that we really need a timer today, but we need the context of the, all right, 4x3 crop it is. And click auto and see where that takes us. A little bit of color noise. And I like the, this is gray. Let me get in the shade here. I like this tungsten lamp coming on there. I think, oh, it's already pretty much white balanced. You know, Olympus does a good job with white balancing. Clarity and the hate. Let's go a little softer. Get rid of this color noise first. And Huey Lewis. This is a panic camera. I just wish this lamp wasn't so far away. What's he got down here? Canon with a Mikey lens. Maybe one of those older M100s or something. Okay. Let me add some vignette. Feather it. What if I do this? Ooh, I like this. I like this in black and white. Let me increase the brightness on his skin a little bit. What color was that? Shirt was gray. Not crazy about this crop. Let me see if I can get more. Back to my square crop. Maybe I'm trying too hard to keep this lamp in here. I came in and just got part of the lamp. Yeah, that works. Soften it. Pull this up, pull this down. A little bit more on the tones, skin tones. Oh, time's up. All right, way over time. So let's see what happened here. Okay. It's still a little bit too gritty, maybe a little less clarity, like dial it down a little bit more. but I think at least now we can see what he's doing, and the colors are so bland that going black and white was the way to go. All right, but yeah, that's I bet that's you though, right, Dawood? If you're here, if you're watching this later, leave a comment below and let me know if that's you. All right, I think I'm done. So, oh, thank you, Plato. I just don't see anything else. Oh, we need to look at the viewer edits and then I'll be done. So let's go into that folder. And here's the original image, right? Untouched, I think. Let me make sure. Let me reset it. Yeah, that's the original image. And I used my EM1 Mark III with the live ND. So you can see the exposure was a half a second at f11 ISO 64. So it's pretty bright because I used the 5-stop ND, live ND on this, and I could only get it down to a half a second even with that. But it did smooth out the waterfalls, you know, like the little fingers in here are nice and smooth, and we still got some texture in here. So that's the original. And let's go ahead and look at everyone's edits here. And this is from Ivan. Okay, that's a cool, nice black and white. That's certainly one way to go. And a square crop, right? Told you square is working today. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Tony, Plato. That last edit, the one I did of Dawood, yeah, that one worked all right. Okay, this is weird though. There's some weird artifacts here. So a little bit over edited because you're getting artifacts in some of the colors. Unless that was intentional, but I don't think so. But I think it looks like you're trying to bring the reds out or something. Yeah, full screen, right? So I think what you were trying to do is bring the colors out in the trees. It's not really fall yet, right? So the trees are still mostly green there. Or they haven't, it's fall, but they haven't turned yet. And I think that's where you went a little bit overboard. Who is this? This was John Follows. That's the only thing I'd say. Okay. This looks like a Neo image. Let me see. Oh, Joni. Joni. Okay. My bad. This is cool. This is a nice edit. You blurred out the background. Almost convincing. Almost. It's a little bit, the line here of blurring is a little bit too hard. Like a little bit in here would have been good. A little more fall off. But other than that, I really like it though. When you have these hard drops in depth of field like you're trying to imitate here, it gives the photo like a three-dimensional feel, right? I think. Which I like too. I like that too, actually. I like the 3D feeling I'm getting from this image. So it doesn't have to look like a natural bokeh, right? When you do it this way, artificially, it does look processed a little bit, but at the same time, I kind of like how it looks, you know? So diorama, right? Yeah, I think this is nice. Good job with all the colors and the sharpening and everything else. Did a good job on the sharpening, right? I mean, everything is nice and crisp. And this is the 14-150 kit lens, just so you guys know. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I bet this is Surge. Let's see. Oh, Marty. God, I'm way off. This looks like something Surge would do, though, right? Kind of give it that old time look, like a plate film or something kind of photography. But yeah, nice. Nice work with the tones and the sepia. and the fall off in the back to like this kind of gritty. This is really good the way you made this background gritty. Because yeah, the texture and the leaves in the background was a bit distracting, I think, to the image. And I struggled with that myself, actually, and I didn't even think about just making it gritty like this. Because you did that and you kept all the sharpness up here. You'd think this was like a prime lens, like a really good pro lens, as sharp as you guys are making it look here. Wow. I like that. All right, good job, good edit. I like this one. This might be my favorite edit so far. And let's see. Image writer, all right. So this one really saturated the colors, but not in a bad way, right? Like, and got rid of the trees, because I know what happened, right? You saturated the colors and then the trees got jacked up. Maybe. Or maybe you just didn't like the trees at all, because you had the same problem I did. You know, it was, the trees are distracting in the background. It should be a nice backdrop, but the way the leaves look, they were very dappley looking, right? Just not, so I almost went with a crop like this myself, but I didn't go with the colors. Good job on the colors though. Good separation of the blues and the reds and the greens here. Really, really nice. I like that. Um, oh my God, what the heck happened here? This is awesome, actually. Let me guess who this might be. Maybe Neo. Neo's always doing crazy things with colors. Let's see. Oh, Marcel Van Cothem. Man, I got to get to know you guys a little better. I'm getting there though. I can guess sometimes, but I guessed wrong this time. But Marcel, I'm gonna look out for your stuff now, because this looks like a pencil art, right? I mean, this really looks like pencil art, except you added this color in. That's really fascinating. I love this. Wow. Yeah, let's look at this for a second. I really like this. How did this happen? You must have done some kind of masking, the mask blue only, green only, but then you didn't do it for the trees. So this is some hardcore editing. Yeah, I like it. Wow, you guys are impressive. Ice Age, man. All right. Now this has framing like Neo does, but this is not, this doesn't look like a Neo image, but let's see. I could be wrong. Where's, oops. Dawood, okay, Dawood, all right. Because Neo does crazy things with colors. Dawood is a little more conservative with his edits, but this is a good crop. I like how this is cropped. It's focused right in on the fingers of the waterfalls in the back and the front. Didn't do quite as good a job of sharpening as the other images though, right? The other images, you guys really made them crisp, the lines. But I like this crop. This is a good crop of a large image, I think. And all right, this could be Surge too. But Surge doesn't normally go full on color, but let's see. Ah, it is Surge. I knew it. All right. Let's see. So we got 3 versions. So I like the red, the top right corner the best. Square crop. I don't know why square crops are working for me today. But square crop and this very surreal, kind of like if Mars had water, this is what it would look like, right? I mean, Mars has water, obviously, but it's all frozen. But if the waters of Mars, not to steal a Doctor Who thing, but the waters of Mars, this would be the image. All right, that's cool, Serge. Awesome. Let's see what else we got here. This is Neo. I guarantee I would put money down on this. The framing is a complete giveaway, right? But the colors also are always something. So if this is not Surge, I would be surprised. And then the fake sky, he's always like, you know, doing some kind of compositing, right? Yeah, Neo, that's right. All right, so let's go full screen here. Good job with the colors again. That's something I'm not good at yet. I try, you know, because I know red, green, blue, right? But I'm not good at putting together colors together that aren't necessarily complementary but are close. And Neo has a good eye for that, because these colors, this teal and this brown red, are not necessarily complementary colors, but they're close enough that it works somehow. And then you blurred out the trees, because yeah, the trees were definitely an issue. I agree. That is the one thing I did wrong in my own edit. I'll show you guys my edit here at the end. But yeah, really good. Yeah, every edit, Marcel, is really good, right? Oh my God, Deb, I wouldn't, you know, unfortunately I turned the info on. But I would know this is Deb, because Deb always does these kaleidoscope split image type things, right? And she always finds a face. So there's two faces in this one, right? Like right here, there's a face in the top. There's the two eyes and the mouth and nose. And then there's another face here. It's more like a crab face right here. But there's the eye, there's an eye, the nose. Deb is really good at finding faces in these images I send out. So this is pretty cool. Good job, Deb. You always surprise me how you find the perfect place to split the image and put it together. That's really cool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, nice. Who would this be? I'm gonna guess Bob Tishmarch, because he and I haven't seen Bob in a while. It feels, oh, well, he was here Sundays. He's just not normally here this early. But I would guess Bob, because he and I edit this is very similar to the edit I did. But he and I edit in a very similar way, and this is a really good crop. I feel like, I don't know why, I like the way this is cropped too. But let's see who it is. Oh, Antonio! Oh, I'm way off. Antonio Acusado. Acasado. Sorry. Acasado. Hopefully I got that name right. But yeah, nice edit. Very nice. Really good crop and editing here. You really got the tones in the rocks perfect. That's what I like the most about this one. Really good balancing here. Man, my edit's gonna look really bad compared to everybody's here. That was the last one. All right, so let me show you my edit. I think I have it in my Instagram folder. Let me see. Stick to editing or get a better crystal ball. Wait, I should ask my magic pyramid here, right? Oops. Where's my screen? How come I got no, oh, battery. Hold on. I gotta have a battery somewhere. And then I'll show you my edit and then we'll wrap it up. I didn't change the battery today before I started the stream, so this one didn't quite make it 3 hours. Ouch! God dang it. This is my crystal ball, right? The magic pyramid. So let's see. Magic pyramid, what do you think of my edit.
You're up for disappointment.
Oh my God, did you hear that? It said gear up for disappointment. Wow. Yeah, be prepared to be disappointed. But let me find my edit real quick. I know it's here. Yeah. Oh, this is sad. This is my edit. Wait. Number 5? No, it's number 23. Yeah, this is my edit here. So, you know, with the I try to do a little bit of light painting and bring out the blues. I didn't do as good a job as you guys though. And then with the tree line, what I did is I totally failed, but I tried to make it look more like fall by adjusting the white balance with a brush. And it just looks stupid, really. I mean, I think I did a good job with the sharpness, you know, the sharpening, but other than that, the edits that you guys did were so much better. Yeah, so much better. So I think that's the end there. Yeah. So thanks everybody. Those were awesome edits. You guys are much better at it. You guys should do your own live streams on editing. Because you're doing so much better than I am. Even when I take my time with an edit, they're not even as nice as the ones you guys did. But I'd have to say, I think I like Marcel's the best. You know, the one with the this one here, this kind of pencil art. This really is really cool. All the edits were really good though. Like this is a better edit than I did from Image Writer. Did a better job with the blues and everything. Wow. And this was good. Man. Anyway, awesome edits today, guys. So I should be back on Thursday. I might have a photo job on Thursday. I'm not sure yet. They're supposed to email me today or tomorrow. If they email me tomorrow, that's really short notice, but that's okay. But I'll post something up. But as always, I appreciate you guys feedback during the chat and coming in to watch me edit. It's always a pleasure to see your edits as well on my images, and I'll try and give you guys some. I didn't expect this kind of variety on my images, because I thought the image was pretty much taken perfectly already. I was like, how much can you do to this, right? But you guys really took it to another level. I'm so impressed. But as always, thanks again, and we'll see you guys back on Thursday. Oh, and I should say, I always put these edits that you guys do in my forum. So go to robtrek.com/forum, and there's a thread there called edit my photo or something. You'll see it, where I put all of your edits in there so you can look at them again, because they're really, I thought they were really worth saving and keeping, you know, out there after the stream. So okay, now I'm done.